223 shoot like I'm Kobe. Me and Big G in the stolen.
First at 5 on your news leader, the prosecution has rested. After 3 full days of testimony and 10 witnesses, the prosecution believes it has presented enough evidence to convict Justin Johnson for the murder of rapper Young Dolph.
Welcome back, FijiFlawless family members, to another video. This is your host, FFG Sleepy. And this video is brought to you by FijiFlawless, Gang and in the Hood Networks. Today we will dive into the rapper Dropp and his tragic downfall. First off, long live King Flipper, aka Young Dolph. We will also dive into Justin Johnson's background and his conviction with the state courtroom. Go get you a fat backwood ready, because this is a video you just don't want to miss out on, Fiji family. Oh yeah. And don't forget to click that like button and hit share. Maybe even drop a comment, plus follow us on Instagram at FijiFlawless Gang. Okay, let's get started with today's documentary.
All videos on this channel comply with YouTube's content and copyright policies. We strive to ensure the responsible use of third-party content, adhering to YouTube guidelines. Some of our videos may feature copyrighted material under the principles of fair use for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research.
The rise and fall of Dropp, from aspiring rapper to convicted killer. The streets of Memphis are no stranger to rap success stories and street violence, two worlds that often collide. Justin Johnson, known by his rap alias Dropp, was once a rising figure in the Memphis underground music scene. He aspired to make it big like the local legends who came before him. But now, Johnson finds himself in a very different spotlight, convicted of the murder of Memphis rap icon, Young Dolph. This documentary uncovers the many layers of Dropp's life, the murder of Young Dolph, and the complex underworld of rap rivalries, conspiracies, and street violence. We explore the trial, sentencing, and the harsh reality awaiting Johnson in prison, as well as the broader implications of this crime on Memphis's hip-hop community. Justin Johnson's early life, an introduction to the Memphis rap scene. Born and raised in Memphis, Justin Johnson grew up amid the harsh realities of street life in the city. Memphis, a city rich in musical culture, but marred by violence and poverty, has been the birthplace of many influential rappers. It was in this environment that Johnson adopted the moniker Dropp, a slang term referring to uncut drugs, symbolizing both street credibility and authenticity. Johnson's music, which he uploaded to SoundCloud, was filled with references to the struggle of growing up in the inner city. Gang culture and the pursuit of fast money. While his musical output never reached mainstream success, Johnson was part of Memphis's rap underground, performing at local clubs and sharing stages with other aspiring artists. However, the line between music and street life often blurred. Johnson's lifestyle was reflective of many young men in Memphis who saw rap as both an escape and an expression of their realities. By the time he adopted his rap persona, Johnson was already deeply entangled in the criminal elements that plagued his community.
Ready on it? Yes. The jury's now heading to the courtroom.
Who was Young Dolph? Young Dolph, born Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., was a towering figure in Memphis.
Trap nigga, I count money better than I spell.
Revered for his independent hustle, Dolph had built a successful music career on his own terms. Known for his gritty and authentic lyrics, he often spoke about his upbringing, his struggles, and his triumphs as an independent artist. Dolph was more than just a rapper. He was a symbol of resilience for Memphis, using his platform to give back to the community through philanthropy and providing opportunities for local artists. On November 17, 2021, Young Dolph was gunned down while buying cookies at Makeda's Homemade Butter Cookies, a beloved local bakery he frequented. The news of his murder sent shockwaves throughout Memphis and the wider hip-hop world, leaving fans, family, and friends reeling from the loss. It was clear from the beginning that the murder wasn't random. This was a targeted hit.
First at 5 on your news leader, the prosecution has rested. After 3 full days of testimony and 10 witnesses, the prosecution believes it has presented enough evidence to convict Justin Johnson for the murder of rapper Young Dolph. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock, but Johnson is just one piece of this puzzle. Investigators say the true mastermind was Anthony Mims, aka Big Jook, a high-up at CMG Records and rival of Young Dolph. Jook is also the older brother of Yo Gotti. WREG's Shay Arthur has been covering this trial every step of the way. She's live tonight with the very latest. Shay?
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Greg. Yeah, another dramatic day here in court. Just minutes ago, Johnson's attorney actually asked a judge that he be acquitted. The judge denied that request and said this case really is up to a jury. Johnson also, he took the stand briefly here and said he has chosen not to testify on his own behalf. He confirmed he went over the pros and the cons with his attorney, and he ultimately decided not to. But really, Stephanie, Greg, much of today, it focused on cell phone records. A forensic expert testifying cell phone towers around Crosstown Concourse where Johnson lived, the gas station where he picked up the stolen white Mercedes used in the murder, Makeda's Cookies where Young Dolph was killed, and the apartment where he went after the shooting all showed his phone made contact with the cell phone towers around there. Now, another big note today, another expert witness analyzed Johnson's calls and text messages. It showed him receiving a picture of that white Mercedes car the day before the murder. It also showed that, get this, his mother tried calling him at 12:23, the time of Young Dolph's murder. Now, listen to the investigator. He describes the calls during the homicide. Then notice who a call is made to just minutes after.
That time frame was significant for me and the investigators because that was at the same time frame that the homicide was being committed. 12:25:40, Justin Johnson places an outgoing call to Anthony Mims, and it's got a 2-second duration, which appears probably to go unanswered.
At 12:25 time there, again, so that testimony, very telling. He says Justin Johnson's phone records called Big Jook. Investigators say contracted that hit on Dolph's life. Then they say that what appears to be a FaceTime call came in just a short time after. This matches up with what Johnson's accomplice, Cornelius Smith, also accused in the murder, testified earlier this week. He told the jury that moments after the shooting, Johnson FaceTimed Big Jook.
The identification of Justin Johnson. In the weeks following Young Dolph's murder, police released surveillance footage from the scene. The footage showed 2 masked gunmen exiting a car, firing multiple rounds into the bakery where Dolph was shopping. The shooters were masked, but investigators quickly zeroed in on Justin Johnson as one of the suspects. Crucially, Johnson's half-brother, Jermarcus Johnson, provided key information that would lead to the identification of Justin. Jermarcus identified his half-brother in crime scene photos, a revelation that would prove critical as authorities built their case. In addition to this, Johnson's social media presence and music videos also became a focal point of the investigation, as he had been seen wearing a distinctive belt and accessories that matched those of the shooter in the surveillance footage.
Like that they going in the grave or on the news. Check the score, we up again. Ain't no way that we can lose. I done stepped on.
Justin Johnson's arrest and the evidence. After weeks of being on the run, Johnson was apprehended in Indiana in January 2022, following a nationwide manhunt. Despite his attempts to evade capture, law enforcement had been closing in on him, using tips from the public, surveillance and information provided by associates. When arrested, Johnson reportedly remained defiant, still claiming innocence and maintaining his status as a rapper. Damning evidence. The prosecution's case against Justin Johnson was strong, backed by several key pieces of evidence. 1. Surveillance footage. The footage from the crime scene linked Johnson to the murder, with witnesses and investigators matching the car used in the shooting to one connected to Johnson. 2. Crime scene identification. Jamarcus Johnson's identification of Justin in crime scene photos further solidified the prosecution's case. Jamarcus's testimony was crucial, as it pointed to familial ties within the case and implicated Justin directly. 3. Ballistics and forensic evidence. Though many details were not fully disclosed to the public, ballistics tests reportedly tied the shell casings from the murder scene to weapons associated with Johnson. 4. Social media clues. Johnson's social media accounts provided ample evidence connecting him to the accessories worn by the shooter, further proving that he was one of the gunmen involved in the hit on Young Dolph. The trial and conviction. Justin Johnson's trial was a media spectacle. As he faced charges of first-degree murder, the case against him continued to mount. During the trial, Johnson remained firm in his claim of innocence, but the overwhelming evidence left little room for doubt. His defense attorneys tried to argue that the evidence was circumstantial, pointing to the lack of direct eyewitnesses and the unclear faces in the surveillance footage. However, the combined weight of forensic evidence, Jamarcus's testimony, and social media links was too much to overcome. In the end, Johnson was convicted of first-degree murder. The sentencing was swift and severe. Life in prison without the possibility of parole. As the judge handed down the sentence, Johnson reportedly showed little emotion, but the weight of his actions became clear. Once an aspiring rapper with dreams of fame and fortune, Johnson's life was now destined to be spent behind bars.
On my mama, we're looking at the trial. That be snitching like I'm on his friend. Straight Drop looking like him. I hear him telling the white man, yes, sir. Man, yes, sir, saying that, man. You need all these crimes and do all this guy and go to court and be saying, yes, sir. God, wow, you nigga name. You always want to be gangster, but ain't no real true gangster, man. Fuck you, my mama. All right, look. I know CMF is the enemy, right? You know, but the real enemy is the white man. The people who put the drugs, the violence, make us be violent, sugar in our stores, you know what I'm saying? Make us pay for water, all this shit's free, food, you know what I'm saying? That's the real enemies, bro. They want to trick us into thinking that CMF the enemies, but CMF ain't the real enemies, bro. They just a part of being the enemy, you hear me? But I'm just looking at this trial, and it's just so funny how everybody work together. The white man work with the black man, work with the rappers. The rappers preach all this violence and drugs and make us do it, go kill people, and they go to jail. Man, you dumbing them up. I tell you, man. Everybody an enemy. CMF, the white man, the elite, man, everybody. On my mama, I don't give a fuck about none of you, bro. That's why I get on my shit. I get on my pop my shit, bro. I don't give a. I know when I die, I'm going somewhere where I would never see you dead, bro. I swear to God. Cause you devils, man. All you devils. Any of this killing, robbing, stealing, man, you niggas devils. If you do anything for money, you the devil, man. You who is not to be trusted. I don't fuck you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to raise my son to be a good man, bro. And lead him something. And that's you niggas' problem. Straight Drop your problem, man. How you had your girl and go drop your little girl off to go kill somebody, man? You got to be the dumbest nigga alive. And you heartless, bro. Man, you niggas heartless, man. You niggas dumbing them up, I tell you. Dumb shit, cause I don't give a damn. When I die, I know I won't see you niggas again. I'm going to a great place. But I ain't gonna let no one of you niggas play with me on my money.
The life awaiting Justin Johnson in prison is far from glamorous. Sent to a maximum security facility, Johnson now faces the reality of life without freedom. The penitentiary system in Tennessee, particularly for high-profile criminals like Johnson, is notoriously unforgiving. Inmates serving life sentences for high-profile crimes are often subjected to harsh conditions, isolation, and violence from other prisoners. Rumors have swirled about the dangers Johnson now faces behind bars. Sources within the prison have suggested that Johnson's high-profile crime and the brutal nature of Young Dolph's murder have made him a target. Word on the street is that several factions within the prison, including gang-affiliated inmates who are loyal to Dolph, have been plotting against Johnson. Some reports indicate that there are inmates actively seeking to avenge Dolph's death, further complicating Johnson's time in prison. Surviving in such an environment will be challenging. With his reputation as straight Dropp now shattered, Johnson is no longer the brash, defiant rapper he once portrayed himself to be. Without the protection or respect he may have had on the streets, Johnson's days in prison will likely be filled with fear and the constant threat of violence. According to insiders, Johnson has struggled to adapt to his new reality. Once flaunting money and a carefree lifestyle in his music, Johnson now reportedly finds himself begging for protection and basic necessities in prison. With no income, no real support system, and a growing list of enemies, Johnson is a far cry from the hardened street persona he once embodied. His fall from grace has been swift and severe, leaving him vulnerable and isolated.
How they cap shit, didn't do well. I know I'm good, I'm like, oh well, oh well.
The silence of Yo Gotti. Among the many conspiracy theories surrounding the murder of Young Dolph is the alleged involvement of Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. Known for his rivalry with Young Dolph, Yo Gotti has long been linked to tensions with the slain rapper. Their feud was well publicized, with multiple diss tracks and public confrontations, fueling rumors of bad blood between the two camps. However, despite the widespread speculation, no direct evidence has ever tied Yo Gotti to Dolph's murder. Some believe that Johnson was merely a pawn in a larger game of street politics, potentially acting on orders or being influenced by more powerful figures in Memphis's rap scene. Yet Yo Gotti has remained largely silent on the matter, neither confirming nor denying any involvement. Theories abound that Johnson was used to carry out the hit, but when things went wrong, he was left to take the fall. This theory remains unproven, but it lingers in the streets of Memphis and within hip-hop circles. Yo Gotti's silence on the matter only fuels speculation, leaving many to wonder what the full story behind Young Dolph's murder truly is. The state of Young Dolph's legacy and his record label, Paper Route Empire, PRE. Since the tragic death of Young Dolph, his record label, Paper Route Empire, PRE, has been working to honor his legacy. PRE, which was built on the same independent hustle that Dolph embodied, continues to release music and support local artists, keeping Dolph's vision alive. Artists signed to PRE have released tribute tracks and albums in Dolph's memory, ensuring that his influence on the rap scene is not forgotten. Thanks for watching all the way through. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to the channel so you never miss any of the incredible content we've got coming your way. Trust me, there's so much more on the horizon that you won't want to miss. Make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and anyone who loves real hip-hop. Spread the word, because here at FijiFlawless Gang, we're all about creating the best content for true hip-hop heads. Whether it's breaking down the culture, highlighting rising talent, or diving deep into the history of the game, this is the best hip-hop channel ever. No question. We bring that flawless energy, the kind that keeps you locked in, and we're here to represent for the culture in a way no one else does. Also, don't just stop with this video. Check out some of our other videos and documentaries. We've put in the work to bring you the hottest takes, insightful interviews, and stories from the world of hip-hop that you won't find anywhere else. Lastly, if you're not following us on Instagram yet, what are you waiting for? Hit us up at FijiFlawless Gang to stay in the loop with all our latest projects, behind-the-scenes content, and exclusive updates. Be a part of the movement. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it flawless.
You are now live with In the Hood Podcast on FijiFlawless Gang. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
What's the dealio, man? Came back here and, man, tap in with FijiFlawless Gang.
Yo, y'all rocking with your boy J-Mo the Future. Go check out that new live performance just dropped.
I'm not Fiji with this shit, man. FFG for life, you heard me.
I plan to come get y'all the live performance and the interview right now. You hear me? Interviews right now for 75. A live performance is for 100. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get the special for 150. You hear me?
Know he switched up on the game. Then I'm at DBG and then I signed the Fiji game. Niggas just know I'm official, I got a Fiji chain. And if you try to take my chain, then I'ma let it bang. That chopper gon' sing, bitches sing like Mary J. Don't say you with me if you not really gon' fucking ride. I know some bitches who say they love me, but they